Welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to talk more about hair and growing your hair. So I made a video 4 months ago, and it's my very first video, and it's called How to Grow Really Thin, Fine Hair Long and Healthy. And in that video, I talked about how I grew my hair long and how I did it as a person with very thin, very fine hair. Now, the tips I'm going to talk about today, it doesn't matter what type of hair you have. You could have thick hair, thin hair, medium hair. It really makes no difference. So these are just some extra tips that I didn't mention in my first video, and I thought I would make a little video now about what I forgot to say. So the first tip is patience, and I know no one wants to hear this, but it's something you have to have a lot of when you're growing out your hair. So our hair grows ½ inch a month, and that's slow, so in 1 year you're only going to get about 6 inches of growth. Some people's hair grows faster than that, but on average, most people, it's about ½ an inch. So you really need to be patient, and you can't expect to grow your hair 5 inches in 2 months. It's just not going to happen, no matter what kind of special shampoo you buy or hair oils. You just have to be aware that it takes time, and you just sort of need to let go of the idea of growing it very quickly. The next tip is to make short-term goals. So what I mean by that is, imagine your hair is collarbone length. And instead of saying, oh, I'm going to grow it all the way to my waist, instead make the goal a quicker goal. So you would go from collarbone length to bra strap length. You would go to the top of your rib cage, so up to here. And that way, getting from collarbone to bra strap length, you're going to get there a lot quicker. Whereas if your goal in your mind is, oh, I'm going to grow it all the way to my waist, it's just going to seem a lot longer if you do it that way. So make your goals short-term goals so that they're quicker to achieve. And then, of course, once you're at bra strap length, you can then say, okay, my next goal is to my waist. And again, you'll get there much quicker. My third tip is to cut off any split ends when you see them. So I have a pair of actual hair cutting scissors that I got from Sally's a long time ago. Try not to use regular scissors. You want proper hair cutting scissors. And if I'm looking at my hair and I happen to see a split end, I'll just cut that little split end off and basically save the hair. So for example, I don't have a split end. You can't even see this. This is how thin my hair is. It's like invisible. But anyway, if I were to see a split end, I would just trim it off, just like that. So if you're looking at your hair and you notice a split end, you can save the hair by trimming it with a pair of proper hair cutting scissors. The next tip is to, if you have long hair, if your hair is still on the shorter side, you don't have to worry about this, but if your hair is starting to get longer, you want to put it in a loose braid or a loose bun when you go to sleep. The point is, don't sleep with your hair loose, because you're going to get a whole bunch of tangles, and when you're sleeping, you want to make sure that it's all secure, and that when you wake up in the morning, you gently take out the braid or the bun, and you don't have crazy knots or mats in your hair. And my fifth tip is about food. So you want to eat foods for hair growth. So for example, meat. Red meat, chicken, fish, you want that protein and you want that iron. And if you're a vegetarian, you can just ignore this part of the video. But if you're somebody who eats everything, you do want to incorporate some meat into your diet. Also, eggs for the protein and the biotin. And one way I love to eat eggs is poaching them. So like, for example, today when I made my lunch, I had 2 poached eggs and 1 piece of toast. And it's just, for me, a really tasty meal. And poaching eggs is quite a healthy way to eat them. Sweet potatoes. This is one of my favorite things to eat. You want that for the beta carotene, which is vitamin A. And what I like to do is I just get a sweet potato, wash it, poke some holes into it, turn on the oven to, I do about 400 degrees, and I wrap the sweet potato in tin foil, kind of like what you would do with a baked potato. And I put that in the oven for, well, depending on how big the sweet potato is. The last time I made that, which was last week, I had it in the oven for an hour and a half because it was quite big. And then when it's done, you just take the skin off, and I like to put on some olive oil, some salt and pepper, and I just eat it like that. And it's delicious, and it's a great hair growing food. You want to eat salmon, fatty fish like herring and mackerel, and you're looking for great sources of the omega-3 fatty acids. So I love salmon, and eating that is a great way to get the omega-3 fatty acids into your diet. Spinach is also very good. It has folate, iron, and vitamin A and C. And you can cook spinach and make it part of your like pasta dish, or you can make it in a quiche, or you can just add it to your salads and eat it raw. And the last one I have written down is berries. And you want that for the vitamin C, which has strong antioxidant properties. Now for me, I have IBS, so I have to be very careful about the kinds of foods that I eat. So with berries, like I can eat blueberries, but I cannot eat raspberries. And I love raspberries. This happened maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Suddenly, I don't know why this happened, but I started getting really bad stomach aches. I was just in terrible pain when I would eat raspberries. And I was so upset when I realized I was gonna have to cut raspberries out of my diet because I adore them. I think they're such a yummy berry. But luckily I can still eat blueberries, so I eat those. But if you have a stomach that can tolerate pretty much everything, you can have blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, all kinds of berries. So these are just some extra tips that I wanted to make a video about with growing your hair. If you have anything you want to add, please do so in the comment section down below. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel, comment, like. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.